Hey, I'm Alistair from Trail and Kale, and today I am reviewing the Chirp Wheel Pro Vibrating Back Roller Wheel. Thank you, Champers. You can go now. This Chirp Wheel Pro review is going to be more of a hands-on type review. If you're looking for a really in-depth review of the Chirp Wheels here and also the Chirp Wheel Pro, then definitely hit the link in the description down below and also this one up here. But this review is kind of going to be a demo to show you how the Chirp Wheel Pro looks and how it differs from the other Chirp Wheel Pluses, the different sizes here. I'll compare it against those, and I will offer up some use cases where you might prefer to have the Chirp Wheel Pro over the standard Chirp Wheel Pluses, and a few reasons also why you might prefer to have one of the standard Chirp Wheels over the Chirp Wheel Pro. Alright, so the first thing to note about the Chirp Wheel Pro is that it is a completely new sized back roller wheel. So this is 8 inches in diameter with a 5-inch width. So taking a look at the other Chirp Wheels, it's exactly the same width. It has the same gully going down the middle, which is designed so that your spine can sit down the middle of it. That's really important. That's what makes the Chirp Wheel so special in its design, is it is patented and it has this ridge here so you don't damage your spine when you roll on it. Okay, so it's the same width, and as you can see on the side here, it is a completely new diameter, 8-inch. So it is a very different product. It's a little bit more aggressive than the larger gentle wheel here, which is 12 inches. And the large gentle one is actually the one I use most often. Okay, so a pretty obvious difference of a Chirp Wheel Pro when you actually have these wheels in your hands is the weight of the Chirp Wheel Pro. So it's a lot heavier. To get the exact weight of these, all the different wheels, definitely check my in-depth review on trailandkale.com. But it's substantially heavier, and for me and for many people out there, that might make this wheel no-go for some people who like to travel a lot and take their back rolling wheels with them. So in that situation, it might not be so good for traveling, whereas something like the 12-inch Chirp Wheel, you can take traveling because it's quite a lot lighter and there's nothing in the middle of the wheel. So if you imagine putting this in a suitcase whilst you're packing, you can lay it down flat and you can actually pack clothing inside the wheel, so it really doesn't take much volume up in your bag or suitcase. The Chirp Wheel Pro, however, does have this bar in the middle, which means you can't do that, and it's a bit heavier. So that's a little downside about this. But the Chirp Wheel Pro does have more features. It is a vibrating back roller, and that means you get a deep massage whilst you're rolling and stretching your back out as well. So it's got extra functions, and you do pay a little bit extra for those functions. But yeah, just thought I would point out that there are benefits to having the standard Chirp Wheel Plus when it comes to traveling and whatnot. So alright, let's get to the Chirp Wheel Pro. So same functions, really, the same basic functions as the Chirp Wheel Plus. It stretches out your back. I use the Chirp Wheel Plus pretty much daily so that I can make sure I've got good posture. I can stretch out my back, and it kind of stops any aches from happening. When we're traveling in the van quite a lot, I take that in the van with us as well because it doesn't take up much space. And we've got a little galleyway in the van where I can just lie back on the wheel every evening and just stretch out my back. It feels really good, and keeps any pains or niggles from coming my way. So I love it, I swear by it, and it's one of those products that was awarded an Editor's Choice Award on trailandkale.com, so one of those products that we use daily and we love. So back to the Chirp Wheel Pro then. It is a smaller wheel, as I mentioned before. It's 8 inches, which does give you a slightly more aggressive back rolling experience. I'll show you how I use it. I would recommend using it on a non-slip floor. Right now, the only place I've got for filming this video is on a wood floor, so it is a little bit slippy, in which case I would take off my socks, because you do need your feet to stabilize you when you're using the Chirp Wheel. And that goes for any Chirp Wheel, Chirp Wheel Plus or Chirp Wheel Pro. So then what I'm doing, I've got my bum on the ground, I've got the back wheel behind me, just sitting in the lower back. Then I lift my hips up, and hopefully you can see my legs are kind of at a 45-degree angle. And then I put my arms back behind my head. And what you're looking for is a straight neck and back kind of situation. And to really get the most out of a Chirp Wheel back rolling stretch, you want to get your hips high. So if you can, higher than your back and your head, so that you can put your weight onto the Chirp Wheel. And then what you want to do is take a deep breath and then breathe out, relax, and just roll backwards and forwards. So when I roll backwards, I breathe out. And you don't want to tense up, because if you tense up, then you won't get those subtle cracks, clicks in your back, which is what you really want to do. You want to straighten out your spine gently, but you can't do that if you're tensing your muscles in your back, so you do have to relax. Don't force anything, always do it relaxed. If it's hurting, then don't do it. It should feel nice, and you should just be able to roll, and you'll hear a little click, and that's really nice. It kind of straightens out your back. You can stretch, you can feel really good after doing it. And literally you'll only have to use this for maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds at a time, maybe a minute if you really need a serious session. But I wouldn't use it any more than that each day, because you might risk actually hurting your back. So just use it as a gentle aid to keep your back in good shape, keep that posture good each day. Alright then, so what makes the Chirp Wheel Pro so special? And for that matter, so different from the Chirp Wheel Pluses? Well, the fact it's a deep massager and a vibrating Chirp Wheel. So it has 3 different settings for level of vibration. They are all very powerful, and you will see that when I demonstrate it now. The first setting being the lowest. So you hold the button, and you can probably hear that. It's got some serious vibration going on. Put that on the floor. Hopefully you can hear that as well, the vibration. So you probably won't be able to use this Chirp Wheel in the morning if your partner is sleeping in the bed. You probably won't be able to use it in the bedroom, because it will wake them up. It's not a very discreet roller. And that's on the lowest setting. So I'm going to turn it up now to level 2. So there's a bit of a higher frequency there. Put that on the ground. Hopefully you can hear that, the rumble. And level 3, here we go. There's also indicator levels on the side here, which shows you what setting you've got on. That is level 3, and that is intense. So when you roll on this, you're going to hear yourself sounding very funny, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute. That's it on the ground. Sounds a bit like a jackhammer. I'm going to first demonstrate level 1. It is a really nice feeling. And it does help you get some of those cracks out. turn it all the way up to 3 now, so you can hear what I sound like. Hello, Alistair here from Trail and Kale. Whoa! So yes, if you talk whilst you're using the Chirp Wheel Pro on the highest setting, you can even sound like an alien, if that's your thing. Or you could just choose not to talk and enjoy the very deep massage on your back as you roll. So you kind of get a 2-in-1 there. Then you simply hold the button and that will turn the wheel off as well. Wow, so that is certainly a much more intense experience than using a standard Chirp wheel. But like I said, it's got a different purpose. The purpose is to give you a deep massage as you roll your back by vibrating. So pretty cool. It is more expensive than the standard Chirp Wheel Pluses. Offers a few more features, but like I said earlier, there are a few downsides. It is definitely heavier than these completely hollow Chirp wheels, and you won't be able to pack really in between the wheel. You've only got these small spaces here, so it does take up more volume in your luggage as well as being heavier for traveling. But other than that, I mean, the build quality is exceptional. I know the Chirp Wheel Plus it's a very simple thing to build. I mean, what is it? It's a circular wheel, but the quality is great. To be fair, I've had this for nearly 2 years now and I've been using it a lot, this one specifically, and it still looks brand new. The rubber on the top isn't coming off. It's as new, so you definitely get what you pay for with these back roller wheels. The quality is exceptional. We've been traveling a lot in our DIY camper van across the country in the USA. Yes, I'm British, but I live in California, USA, for anyone who might be wondering about that. We've been traveling in the van in all sorts of places with our dog Kepler and our 2 Siamese cats. You saw Shampers earlier introducing the video with me. So, you know, we do chuck these wheels around a lot and we use them every day, so they get a lot of use and they're still looking great. So get what you pay for, good value for money, very durable, and I absolutely love them. As I said earlier, again, they did win an Editor's Choice Award, and we don't just hand those awards out. Those awards are reserved only for products that we find exceptional and products that we actually choose to use ourselves after testing them. I test outdoor gear for a living, so I go through a lot of gear, and it's not often that you find something that you actually would choose for yourself and use in the day-to-day, and those are the products that get the Editor's Choice Awards. So congratulations to Chirp. These wheels have been awarded the Editor's Choice Award. If you had a gun to my head now and you said, which Chirp wheel would I buy if I was given a choice, the Chirp Wheel Pro or the standard Chirp Wheel Plus? These two, the Gentle versus the Pro. I would have to say the Chirp Wheel Plus. I love the simplicity, it's lightweight, doesn't take much space. I can take it with me traveling, I can pack between it. It's a gentle roller. Personally, when it comes to my back, I just want to have gentle stretches. I don't want to do anything over the top, anything too rigorous with my back, just because I know my back is so important to me. I'm up, standing, doing outdoor activities day in, day out, and I do a lot of ultra marathons where I'm running for hours at a time, maybe sometimes over 10 hours through the mountains. So my back is super important. I really need to take care of that so that I can do those activities for as long as I can. This is a bit more rigorous. If I had a real ache in there, or a tight back muscle or a knot or something, then sure, I would love to have one of these, because that would get rid of that knot more quickly. But for day-to-day back rolling, for if you have minor issues and you're just trying to fix your posture, or you just want to get rid of any kind of gentle, mild aches, then the Chirp Wheel Plus is a great option for you. But if you need something a bit more serious, then by all means go with the Chirp Wheel Pro. It does offer more features and a more rigorous, slightly more aggressive approach to rolling your back and fixing any aches or sore muscles with a deep massage. So that's my Chirp Wheel Pro review, a hands-on review. Definitely go check out my in-depth review on trainandkale.com. The link's down in the description. I really hope you enjoyed this no-nonsense hands-on review of a Chirp Wheel Pro. Definitely give this video a like if you did enjoy it. It really helps our channel grow. And consider subscribing to the channel for more outdoor gear reviews you can trust. We'll see you next time.